Hi there and welcome to The Perspective on Berita Satu. I'm Blaze Hope. Something we hear about a lot on the news and especially on this show is talent and the trouble finding it. Well, with me in the studio is Pri Notowidigdo, Chairman and CEO of Amrop, the Global Executive Search Network, the Indonesian version. He's been with Amrop since 1996 and has more than 40 years of experience in management and management consulting for both public and private players in ASEAN and North America. And we are going to talk about leadership. Pri, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Blaze, for your kind invitation here. It's a pleasure.
Indeed. Well, why don't you start by telling us what is Amrop?
Well, Amrop is a network of local executive search consultants worldwide, based in Belgium. And it started about maybe 70 years ago when a number of executives in their 60s, like me, from the United States, met a number of executives from Europe in Paris, and they decided that there's still life. There's still life after Berita Satu, or there's still life after whichever company you're with, and they still wanted to give something back to the organization. So they had the passion, they had the network, and then they had the business acumen. So they set up this organization of executive search firms, basically focusing on C-suite leaders. And
what exactly does that mean?
So C-suite is the fancy term, for director level, board level,
top tier,
top tier,
yeah.
And it's for and then depending on where you are, like Indonesia, you have a two-tier board, so you have the board of commissioners and the board of directors, and in some companies like Australia, may just one tier. But so here we have. For somebody like me, so we have the opportunity to be able to find for both tiers.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically when somebody asks me, what do you do? I just say I find people, I find, assess, and select people for corporate clients. So that's basically what Amrop is.
So what are the issues around leadership in Indonesia now in the boardroom?
Well, right now, probably the top thing is with AEC, the ASEAN Economic Community. We're really wide open Indonesians, and people ask me, and companies come, corporate clients come, and say, well, how can we prepare ourselves? We're not ready yet, for AEC, because it basically opens up doors for everybody outside. Mm-hmm. and it is of concern, especially because when I meet Chinese, when I meet Indians, and then they know I'm a search consultant, and they immediately start speaking to me in Indonesian, in Bahasa Indonesia, to show that, hey, listen, I can look at me as a possible candidate for Indonesia. And that's something that Indonesians have to be prepared. So the issue for leadership is, one, to what extent can you prepare yourself for AEC? To what extent do you have a global mindset? So global mindset is you can think locally, but you can act locally, but you have to be able to think globally, because everything is all interrelated. For example, I went to the States many years ago, and to look for a pair of Levi jeans, and I was so excited by that. Although the price of $75 didn't excite me, and then when I looked inside it, the jeans, it had made in Indonesia, and I thought, my God, and then I found out that a lot of things, Lands' End, which is an internet. What is it now? An internet company. You can order online shopping. And I like to buy Lands' End shirts, and I found out that they make Lands' End in Tangerang, and I've been ordering online through all this. So a lot of the things is to show,
Could have taken the bus.
That's right, could have taken the bus. So it's about having the global mindset. It's about being able to look beyond your territory. It's to be able, so four things that we look at in leadership is your relevant experience, your performance, in other words, your ability to deliver results, your strategic mindset, and then the most important part we're finding is the people. How do you deal with people? And that's an area that's not only in Indonesia, but in other countries. how do you mobilize people? How do you drive people forward? How do you move together as a community? And in fact, because of that, it's opened up an opportunity for executive education or continuing education to address those issues of building up the global mindset, building up the leadership aspect, and responding to the global demands.
Well, we've got to take a break, but we'll talk more about executive education in just a minute. Stay with us on Balik Bersatu.